Well, hello there, my name is Vladimir, this is my friend Mikko.
Hi.
And today we're continuing the mods on your already modified Squier Jazzmaster.
Yeah, it's a Vintage Modified Jazzmaster, so now it's gonna be a Vintage Modified Jazzmaster.
So much modified. Anyway, so this is not completely stuck. What have you changed in your first run of mods, I guess?
The first thing I did was the bridge, because the Vintage Jazzmaster bridges tend to be quite funky. It's not a really good design.
Okay.
The strings tend to pop out of the grooves and stuff like that.
Okay, that's not cool.
Yeah, so I changed it to a StayTrem bridge.
Nice.
Some people do Mustang bridge or something. And
Nice.
then my pickguard is from a different kind of Jazzmaster. The J Mascis signature. I like the color.
It's
so
nice.
I changed it too. And then when I did the bridge thing, I also shimmed the neck to get a bit more break angle over the bridge.
So, to us who are not 100% sure what it means, shimming the bridge means...
The neck. I put a small piece of a credit card inside the neck pocket to change the angle of the neck a bit.
Oh yeah, so it's a slightly different angle.
Yeah, I can get
Okay.
the action lower, and then the bridge gets a bit more break angle, so it works better.
Nice. Didn't know that. And the pickups aren't the stock ones either?
No, they are actually. They are Duncan Designed Jazzmaster pickups. Not P90s. Most people think these are P90s, but they're different.
Again, I wouldn't know. I'm learning something. So what's the plan to do? What do you want to do next with this?
Well, I'd like to change the pickups to more like vintage sounding Jazzmaster pickups. Mine are the Fender Pure Vintage 65 Jazzmaster set, so these are the same pickups that come with the American Vintage Jazzmaster.
Nice.
And they're pretty nice, I hear. We'll see. And also the electronics in this thing aren't really good. It actually sounds quite decent, but I have different kinds of like errors where I don't get sound or it scratches or something like that. So I'd like to do the electronics wholly again.
We have a nice bag of stuff over there
Yeah.
that we're going to...
Pots and wire and
New switch.
And jack.
Nice.
We're gonna leave the upper bout electronics alone. Actually, I'm kind of having a different project going here because they don't fit this new pickguard, so I have to think up something so I can get them to fit here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if we can do something about that as well.
Yeah, but I don't use this rhythm circuit much. It's a bit of a quite dark sounding gimmicky circuit. Okay, one more thing I'd like to do is the Jazzmaster has 1 meg wall pot, so it's kind of bright, especially with some overdrive. It's a normal vintage Jazzmaster spec, and people tend to keep it at like 8.5 or at 9, so it doesn't pierce your ears so much. So I'm gonna change it to a 500k pot. Let's see how it sounds stuck. That's quite a lot of treble. So if I roll it back a little bit, much more normal.
Yeah. Actually, when we were kind of preparing this video, he played the Uraltone Junior we're using on clean, and it's like usually it's a super clean high headroom amp. But when he turned the volume on full without using the overdrive pedal or anything, the amp started to overdrive. That's how much treble you get from
Yeah. So the added treble can be quite nice with some kind of clean sounds. Well, now I'm having a kind of...
Yeah, that's why we're doing this.
So here's...
It's a built-in mute switch.
Yeah. What's happening right now? Okay, cheap electronics, you can see.
Yeah.
Now it works. So, the added treble can be quite nice sometimes when with some clean sounds. And if I roll it back. But with overdrive sounds, if I keep the guitar volume rolled back a bit, it drops the output of the guitar quite a lot. And when I'm changing around with guitars or designing my gain structure, it's kind of bit hard to do that. So I'd like to change the volume put to 500k. It should be a bit darker than this 1 meg pot, and it's gonna make my life easier.
Yeah, and we probably should mention that you're playing AC15, which does have quite a lot of treble on its own.
Yeah, so I think I'm not. I can add back something if I miss it too much.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, and as you just heard, the volume pot doesn't work.
Yeah,
and apparently there's some issues with the pickup switch as well. And yeah, good. So because we're swapping the pickups and the electronics as well, I don't think it would be a like super fair comparison to just kind of compare guitar now and after, because too many things change and it will sound different. We know that already. But just for the fun and I don't know, gear and nerdery, we'll record a few clips and then Mikko will play the same things again once we do all the changes.
Yeah.
We're back! Woohoo! Only after almost 2 weeks. We had some issues and then some scheduling issues, but now it's working! Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, give us some sounds, or do we want to explain what happened?
Well, we thought we could solder. We thought we could
read the manual.
Yeah. Turns out this thing's quite complicated. So we had to simplify it a little bit. I actually don't use the rhythm circuit at all, basically, so we just took it out and now it's basically Telecaster wiring with some different grounding, I think.
Yeah, but also the fact the way this guitar was wired was kind of interesting. Like, whoever wired this guitar wanted to like make triple sure that the guitar was grounded, because from one like Well, from the input jack, I think there was like 3 wires going to different grounds, and that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so what we ended up doing was taking out all the rhythm circuit stuff and rewiring the whole thing as a traditional Jazzmaster without this circuit, and now it seems to be working. Yay! Give us some sounds. Mikko tries to play the same thing he played a couple of weeks ago. We actually were wise enough to take a photo of the amps and pedal settings, so it should be relatively similar.
Okay, let's try it.
The difference is pretty huge. Those are definitely more low output.
Yeah, I think they were much more high gain maybe.
Yeah, it sounds more open, more defined, and all these guitar terms.
More clear, transparent, haunting mids. Yeah, but I like this. I like it very much.
Sounds really good. That might be my favorite sound of those. Nice. There's a little bit of bass from my pedal, but never mind that. It's great. I mean, the guitar was what, 200 something?
Around 300 euros.
Yeah.
And the pickups were like a little bit over 100, maybe 150.
So for less than 500, you're getting a pretty good sound.
Yeah.
Plus the guitar feels good to play.
Yeah, I like
Nice. Nice. I might have to go shopping.
it. You can maybe borrow it.
Yes. Woo! I will someday. Thank you for doing this. It was fun week and a half.
Thank you too. I never would have made it by myself.
We learn. We learn a lot of things.
Maybe I can solder something now too.
Yeah, I hope so. Alright, thanks for watching. There will be a subscribe button somewhere over here. Hit that if you want to see more content in the future. Check out my social media thingies. There's more videos over Mikko's head probably, what I've done. And yeah, I'll see you later.